Good evening, folks. Big Bo here with another great Class A diesel motorhome value from Parkway RV Center. Got another Winnebago here today, folks. I sell a bunch of these Winnebagos. They're great products overall. I own one myself, and really the way they're built and designed, they really hold up, especially when they get the age of this one, a lot better than a lot of other brands. And today we're going to look at a 2004 Winnebago Vectra. The model is a 40 AD. 40 feet long, 3 slides, diesel pusher motorhome, 76,000 miles, which, guys, when you look at a 16-year-old vehicle, that's less than the national average of 5,000 miles a year. So technically, it could be called low miles. Got the upgrade, 350 horsepower ISC Cummins diesel, 1,050 pound-feet of torque, 10,000 pound tow capacity, full body paint. Of course, this is a Winnebago, folks. You got a lot of the benefits that Winnebago gives you that you don't get in other brands. Two good points about Winnebago is they build 80% of their own parts in-house, and there's just such a massive selection of parts that you can still get for this 04 Vectra direct from Winnebago. Now, you do that with a Fleetwood or pretty much any other brand, you're not able to buy those parts from the factory. So, in other words, say your front compartment for your generator comes off for one reason or another down the road. You can give them the VIN number, call Winnebago Parts, give them the VIN number, and they will send you that exact same front part. Now, anybody else, that's an aftermarket part and is long obsolete when it gets to an 04 model, but not with a Winnebago. And they stock parts all the way back to 1968 models, and you can order directly from the factory. From Winnebago, you do not have to go through a dealer where a dealer marks the price up and you're paying more for parts than you have to. Beautiful rig, got nice tires on it. Tires still got the tabs on them. Those are Michelin tires, and you can see still got the, I don't know how well you can see it, but still got the tabs on them. Look great, good tread. That 350 horse ISC Cummins, great motor. It's got the 6-speed Allison. Got a power door and patio awning. And it's an 04 model. It's got what we call battle scars. Looks like they got a little close to something right there. I mean, probably been that way for years. And I'm just pointing little stuff like that out because these aren't new, folks. I mean, it's a 16-year-old motorhome. I think it's in above average condition for this age RV and this price. But, and a lot of this, you might take a buffer and wheel it out or at least reduce the appearance of it. When you buy an RV from Parkway RV, we concentrate less on the cosmetic stuff and more on the functional stuff. We want to make sure everything on it works, stuff that can ruin your camping trip. And looking around it, folks, looks great. Another selling point about a Winnebago is they have a one-piece fiberglass roof. And they also build their own frames in-house. They were the first RV manufacturer to actually stop buying aftermarket frames and have their engineers design and build in-house all the frames for Winnebago motorhomes. So what you get from that, this frame, it's metal and aluminum, steel and aluminum, is built and designed by Winnebago engineers for a 2004 Winnebago Vectra 40 AD. Not for a 2004 Winnebago Vectra 40 AD and a 2004 Holiday Rambler Neptune or a 2004 Damon Tuscany. Designed and built just for this particular motorhome. So everything fits great. There's less squeaks and rattles going down the road. You get less sway when the wind picks up or a big truck passes you or get stuck behind or stuck in between two of them, or what we like to call in the RV industry no man's land, when you're going down the interstate 70 miles an hour and you got a semi on each side of you. But anyway, it's not as bad as it sounds once you get used to it. The good thing about a Winnebago is that because they build their own frame, everything's a lot more rigid and you get a lot better ride and drive. God, the windshields look great, tires look great. It's got 50 amp shore power. Now I know it says 40K windshields. He got them mixed up with the one next to it. but it does have 76,000 miles on it. It's built on the Evolution chassis. And this is actually also another cool thing, and it's exclusively for Winnebago. This was in partnership with Freightliner, and this is basically a Freightliner custom chassis, but tweaked for Winnebago products to fit with their in-house frame. So this chassis was also designed with heavy input from Winnebago engineers to match the Winnebago built frame. And you're starting to see why Winnebago is such a synonymous name with Class A motorhomes. Let's look inside, guys. We step up in here. And I've got the AC on right now. It does have the basement air unit. It's a 2-ton plus basement unit with a heat pump. So it's really similar what you have in your own home. You don't have the rooftop unit stuck up on the roof, which is, A, you've got 2 units to worry about instead of 1, and B, you've got those shrouds you have to replace every few years because the plastic gets brittle and breaks, and also hurts your aerodynamics, which in turn makes you burn a little bit more fuel. You've got a slick roof without those air units sticking up, and of course you've got stuff like antenna and things like that, but nothing near as obtrusive as the rooftop AC covers. Seats, you know, it's 76,000 miles. I'm not going to lie, it shows a little bit of wear. A lot of people turn the passenger seat around, use it for a recliner, so a lot of times you see them with more wear than even the driver's seat. And you can do the same with the driver's seat too as well. 76,000 miles, no check engine lights, no warning lights. We drove it almost 600 miles back, and it did great. Sony backup camera works great, CD stereo, 6-speed Allison. It does have the exhaust brake. It's got all the driver comforts you could ever want. Got the trip computer built into the backup camera monitor, where you can look at things like engine hours, miles per gallon, things like that. Dash looks good, and also engine temperature, transmission temperatures, and all the important information a driver would want to know, especially on a long trip. Cherry cabinets look beautiful, hardwood. Looking back here, guys, got a nice interior, and I like this open floor plan, where the living room is more toward the front. You've got a flat screen TV, comfortable sofa right here, and this is the, I believe they call it the Eversleep sofa, where you've got a couple of different modes of operation. It's a power sofa. You can set it for like a lounge, or it's almost like a recliner, and then it comes out and makes a full 60 by 80 queen bed. So you've got a queen bed up here with that sofa. You've got an extra Euro chair and recliner, rocker recliner, table and chairs right here, and beautiful solid wood countertops right here, cherry, really pretty. And then of course you've got the genuine Corian solid surface countertops, got the gold seal on it, so it is a DuPont Corian. You know, it's the real stuff, not the cheaper knockoffs. Not that there's anything wrong with them, but seems like the name brand seems like it's a little heavier and holds up a little better. And you can see it's a good riding chassis, no stress cracks. And got the tile floor in here, and it looks great. Got the optional 4-door, 12 cubic foot Norcold refrigerator freezer. It looks great. Slide out pantries. You got to realize, folks, Winnebago's been making RVs since 1955. So, I mean, they've got customer service experience that's unmatched pretty much in the industry. And with that customer service comes, well, you're looking at, what is that, 35, almost 65 years of customer feedback on how to build motorhomes that benefit the consumer. So here you go. Here's your true air system. Like I said, it does have, it's a 2-ton plus unit, 25,000 BTU. It has the optional electric heat pump, and then you've also got your gas heat as well that's controlled from right here. So this is your entire HVAC system in one location. And for a bonus, this particular one has an auxiliary furnace as well. You got an extra thermostat here, so you got 2 furnaces and a heat pump. Got the engine block heater right here. You've got the automatic LP valve where you can turn your gas on without going out there and cranking and opening the thing manually. Dimensions inverter. You've got the energy management system. You know, Winnebago has a lot of patents, a lot of stuff that a lot of people may not know about, such as their tanks. Their tanks, like their black and gray water holding tanks, they've got a patented true reading system where you've actually got the sensor on the outside of the tank, and they have a patent on this, and nobody else can do this. Traditionally, RVs have the sensors on the inside of the tank. Well, here's what happens, guys. Let's say your black water tank is full. You park it for a couple months at home, and you don't dump it. Of course, besides the smell, stuff's going to get dried on those sensors. And the sensors that are on the inside of the tank, anyway, the ones that have the sensors on the inside of tanks, which are most of them, except the Winnebago, are going to show a false reading because stuff's going to be stuck to them and dried on there. So even when your black tank's full or empty, it's going to show full or 3/4 or 2/3 or wherever the sensor that's got the stuff dried on it is at. So this eliminates that problem. And that's actually a pretty common issue, guys. And of course, not that hard to fix. What I normally do if that happens is I pour a gallon of bleach down the commode into an empty tank and then fill it up with water, or at least 3/4 of the way with water, with a water hose, and then drive the RV to where I'm going. It slushes around, cleans and sterilizes the tanks, and dump it when I get to where I'm going. And most of the time, that gets your sensor cleared. Now, sometimes you may have to do it twice, but just about always that'll clear up your sensors. Anyway, you got a walk-through bathroom, solid surface countertop, shower, stand-up shower. It's got the fold-down seat. Skylight looks good. It's got the vinyl covering on the skylight, or vinyl covering on the roof, I should say. You got a private water closet. Look in here. You got a China RV toilet. That's a Dometic Sealand. Great toilet. Very dependable. In fact, probably more dependable than if you replaced it than the one you would get. Looking around here, folks, it does have a central vacuum system. Queen Island bed. You've got a cozy rear bedroom. Look at this dresser right here. That's really cool. That's a nice residential touch, and that's factory. Queen Island bed, 60 by 80, house size Queen Island bed. Got your own stereo back here. You've got nightstands, electrical hookups for cell phone chargers or whatever you want. Big closet with a sliding glass door. You've got washer and dryer prep package. Never had one because the shelves are still in it. So now we can add you one very affordably, the washer and dryer one-piece combo unit. But my recommendation is, unless you're going to be full-timing, you don't need it. It's a waste of money. If you're only going to wash a load of clothes in it 2 or 3 times a year, that's a lot of money just to wash a small load of clothes consisting of a pair of shorts and 2 t-shirts. That's about all they'll hold in one time, and take several hours to do it. You got a Samsung TV that comes out, so it's out of the way when not needed. See if I can open this closet door here, and of course there's some. It's got residential style filters for the residential style heat and air, so there's some extra filters for you. And everything looks great, guys. I mean, to be a 16-year-old motorhome, this thing will really surprise you. Is it perfect? Of course not. But it's got a lot of life left to it. And I've personally seen diesel motorhomes with 500,000 and 600,000 miles on them. And if you drove them, you would never guess it if you couldn't see the odometer. It drives like it has 50 on it. And this is the same thing. 76,000 miles, which is still under the 5,000 mile a year national average, is hardly anything at all for a diesel. Well, that air feels great. Now, I'm going to tell you my personal thoughts on the basement air. I do prefer it over the rooftop units. Now, a lot of people, when you first turn it on, it's not going to instantly cool the RV off that fast. Give it about an hour, especially when it's 98 degrees like it is today. You'll notice a very significant difference, and you don't have any hot and cold spots. Everything's evenly cooled. So it takes a little longer to get the initial cooling effect, but all in all, it cools better because you're not 75 degrees in the front of the RV and 85 in the back, or vice versa. It cools evenly. And it's a lot quieter. You don't have those rooftop units running wide open. They can insulate the basement of the RV a lot better than they can the roof for sound and vibrations. because it's mounted on the frame instead of on the roof. So keep that in mind. They are a lot quieter. A lot of people hate the noise of air conditioners running in their RV. This is quiet as the one in your own home. Anyway, guys, this 2004 Winnebago Vectra, including our 4-page or world famous 4-page inspection process. And guys, I've got a physical copy in the RV. You can look at it if you come look at it in person. I'll put a link below in the video description so you can click on that link. You can see it. And you can also see it on, of course, our website, parkwayrvcenter.com. And I'll put a link to our Class A diesel page on there as well. And make sure you check out that inspection sheet, folks. Everything this unit has that's on that 4-page inspection process, if it's found not to be functional, we repair it, replace the part, whatever it takes to make it 100% functional. Everything on that list, read it over good, folks. You're going to be impressed. Nobody else is going to take a 16-year-old motorhome, put it through the inspection process that we do. Nobody. You know, most dealers, when you look at a 16-year-old motorhome, most time it's sold as is. They don't know what work. They won't even clean them most of the time. But, you know, or at the best you can hope for is maybe they'll make sure the slides and generator and the propane, they'll check the propane system for leaks. That's it. Guys, we do it that and so much more. Check out that list. You're going to be impressed, guys. No other dealer is going to do this on a 16-year-old RV, especially selling it for the price that we are. You get some other really nice benefits too. The way it works, folks, after purchase, this unit goes through our inspection process. It gets in line to go through it. Then when it gets to its point in line, we check it out, make sure everything works on it, just on the list. We clean it inside and out for you, do a final walkthrough. If everything's happy, we call you to set up an appointment to pick up your new to you Winnebago Vectra. If you want to know the current lead time before buying this RV, pick up a phone, call 706-965-7929. One of my salespeople will find out and let you know what the current lead time is for Class A diesel motorhome. Right now, we're knocking these things out quick, and that's because we buy the nicer ones to begin with. So that means we can go through more systems, because averages are, or chances are, there's going to be less issues because it's been better taken care of. And we can usually knock these things out fairly quickly. So make sure you get the current lead time. I don't like to say the lead video because it changes. If we get backed up or we slow down, it can change. So I don't want to tell you. I don't want to tell you a certain time, and then 3 weeks from now you buy this coach, if it lasts 3 weeks, and it's totally different because we either got busier or we slowed down. So I'd rather just be as accurate as possible and let you just call and get the current up-to-date information. So give your salesperson a call. There's a few things you need to ask him on top of any other questions you have, by the way. I'm not saying you can only ask these questions, but here's what you need to ask them is, first of all, ask them what the current lead time is for Class A diesel checkout. And keep in mind, that is an estimate only. Sometimes parts are not available. I recently had to spend 6 weeks waiting for a jack, a replacement leveling jack for another Class A that was obsolete, and the jack company actually had to build it. It took 6 weeks to get. Something that normally takes 3 or 4 days. Stuff like that's out of our control, folks. Keep that in mind. You know, we'll give you an estimate, and that's strictly what it is, an estimate. It might be done a few days beforehand. It might be done a few days afterwards or longer. It just depends on what we get into. But we will keep you updated the whole time. So, and you can always call and check and see what the status is as well. You know, we are a busy dealership, folks. We prefer to do business in person or on the phone. Now, you can certainly send us emails. They will get replied, but expect a pretty, sometimes a long delay if we're very busy. Anyway, guys, you get this unit's going to go through the inspection process. Anything we find wrong with that's on that list will be fixed at no additional cost to you. So $59.9, everything on that list is functioning flawlessly. This unit has. After it's been through the service, cleanup, inspection, everything's good. We make the appointment. You come here at the appointed time. The tech or my walkthrough expert, Preston, will go through this coach with you. And he'll have a shortened down, just an abridged checklist of everything on our inspection report. And he's going to check every single system as he shows it to you. And this way, nothing's missed. And while he's doing that, of course, he's going to give you tips, tricks, and advice. He's also going to show you any repairs that were made, answer any questions you have, and help you hook your runabout. At the end of it, he'll even help you hook your runabout or tow if you're going to tow something behind it. And that's included for the $59.9 price. But we don't stop there, folks. And everything I'm telling you is in writing too, by the way. We don't just stop there. But we give you 21 nights of free camping, up to 7 nights at a time, at select RV resorts nationwide, to be used in a 12-month period. That's also included for the $59.9 price, as well as other nice benefits. You don't pay extra for your drive-out tag. That's included with the price. Included is a 5-gallon starter kit, a big 5-gallon bucket, all brand new, full of new sewer hose, water hose, pressure reducer, chemicals, adapters, toilet paper, and much more. And that's also included. That's $100 worth of stuff if you purchase separately. And I'm going to give you a tidbit, folks. If you go to an RV dealership, especially one that sells new and used, when you ask the salesperson, what kind of accessories do you get included with your purchase, they're going to tell you get absolutely nothing on a used RV. They might throw in a sewer hose, but more than most of them just tell you got to go in the store, their parts store, and buy a bunch of stuff, or you can go to Walmart, Amazon, etc. We give you all that stuff, folks. And we also give you instructional DVDs that you can watch, kind of an RV orientation. And by the way, folks, while you're getting your orientation, feel free to record them with your phone or camera. That way there's no issues. If you forgot something, and you can always call us, guys. We're not just going to say never call us again. But if you have an issue and it's after hours, we're already closed, you've got that video you can review and to see when he went over it, how to operate this or operate that. And especially for you who've never owned an RV before, we're really patient with you. We'll help you out any way we can. And guys, if you have any questions about this motorhome, give us a call. If you want to buy this motorhome or you want to come look at it, please give us a call. Make sure it's available before driving down to see it or flying here. We have a lot of customers that fly down here from all over the country. I just had a lady fly down from California and bought a Class B van. I've had customers fly in from all over the United States, and this is not a rare thing. This is a very common thing. And guys, sorry about that. Guys, also, we keep things easy, simple, and done around here too. No haggle price. But there's also no surprises. You go to other dealerships, they advertise a certain price, if they advertise price on a used RV. You want to buy it for that. They're going to tell you, well, you got to read the fine print. You got to go through our finance department. And they do that so they can mark the interest rate up. You overpay by thousands of dollars in RV payments over the life of the RV loan, and the dealership gets to keep majority of that. The bank keeps a little bit too. And it's all 100% legal. Because you don't know what the bank's approving you for. You're not talking to them. They can be approving you at 6%. Dealer could be charging you 7.5%, 8%, or 8.5%, whatever they get away with. And you have no idea of knowing that that's true. Well, guys, our finance department does the buy rate only. And so what the bank approves you for is what you pay. If you can get a lower rate or better terms, we're just as happy to go through any lender of your choice. If you want to check with your own bank or credit union, which everybody needs to do that anyway before RV shopping. Always check your local banks and credit unions. Especially now, a lot of the credit unions are offering more extended terms. And keep in mind, even though this is an 04, we can still get you long terms, probably 120-month financing with approved credit and down payment, of course. And if you've got a question about any of that, again, best way to reach us is pick up a phone and call us. 706-965-7929. And even if it's after hours, folks, we have an answering service that can tell you basic information and get your contact info, and one of my guys will call you back the next business morning. But guys, we're easy going, easy to deal with. Haggle-free prices, no surprises. You don't have to go through our finance department to buy it for this price. You can bring cash, your own financing, trade, or a combination of the three. It's all the same to us, folks. Goes right in the bank. And we do all legal paperwork according to Uncle Sam. We don't. We learned decades ago, dealers that start hiding stuff are the ones that go out of business. So we sell 500 to 600 used RVs a year. We don't play around, folks. These things are priced to move. We price shop everything we sell. We make sure our price is priced for that particular year, make, and model is in line or lower than anybody else on the internet. If it's not the lowest priced one, it's one of them, and it's probably the only one with all those benefits that I just mentioned for that low price, without all the red tape. No fees. You know, you go to other dealerships, they start adding on thousands of dollars in fees. Dock fees, prep fees, inspection fees, get ready fees, and more. You don't have to worry about that here, guys. Easy, simple, done. $59.9 plus applicable sales tax. If you want to know how much your sales tax will be and when and where you have to pay it, give us a call. That's another question you can ask your salesperson is, how much will my tax be and when and where do I pay it? Every state has different laws about that and different sales tax amounts and different procedures. So they'll definitely get you that information, give you an estimate on that. So make sure you ask them how long it take to complete it. Well, first you want to ask if it's available, of course. Then ask them how long before it could be ready. If they bought it today, if you bought it today, give you an idea what your sales tax will be. And of course, the last question is, when's a good time for me to come and look at it? As well as any other question you have, folks. I mean, we're very easygoing. You got to realize we've been in this business for 51 years, and we've got 51 years of customer feedback on what they expect and want in a used RV transaction, and that's where all this came from, folks. You know, everybody's scared of inheriting somebody else's problem. That's why we came up with that 4-page inspection process and that orientation. Everybody's everybody wants it freshly checked. They don't want something that was checked out a month ago and hundreds of people have walked through, turning stuff on, folding furniture out. I've got a $100,000 motorhome out here, and had the island kitchen with a flip-up Corian countertop. Customers at some point or another, of course they don't come in here, came in there, leaned against that countertop and broke the brackets holding it, and it went in the floor and broke in half. And now I'm having to pay, it's going to cost me about $1,500 to fix it. And of course, did anybody come in here and say they did it? Of course not. So you don't want one that's been checked out and gone through for a month out here on the lot. You want it gone through right before you pick it up. It's like I tell people, it's kind of like going to a steakhouse and ordering an expensive steak. Do you want one that was grilled a month ago, then sitting out in the middle of the parking lot with hundreds of people going by, sniffing it, handling it, and taking a bite or two out of it? Of course not. You want one fresh off the grill, everything there just for you. So it's kind of the same way with RVs. But this is a beautiful RV, folks. 40 feet long, not going to get cramped, got good towing power, good dependable motor. Great brand. Like I said, fiberglass roof, Evolution chassis, which is a Freightliner, so you can get it serviced at pretty much any Freightliner dealer, and more. If you got any questions at all, folks, give us a call. 706-965-7929. And feel free to come out and look. We're the only dealership around that you can simply come out and look. And of course, we've got more used inventory than any dealer within a 500-mile radius of us. We've got 150, 60 plus used RVs if you count them all up. And most of them are on my website, some that are not, and some that are coming in. But you can go to my website, which again, I'll have a link below to that, and you can check it out. May not have a video on everything, but at least I have pictures and prices. And you can come out and look without going through a sales office, without getting grilled by a salesperson, a trained salesperson for 10, 15 minutes, and then just have them showing you what they want you to see, without any sales pressure. You can look at your own leisure, guys. Park where you want. Walk around. If you want to start out looking at Class A's, then jump on over to Class C's or travel trailers, fifth wheels. You can. We're not going to bother you, folks. If one of my salespeople happen to see you walking, they'll ask if you need any help, of course, but in general, if you need anything or see something you like, just pop your head in the showroom. One of my guys will help you. You know, nobody has to buy an RV. I've never met anybody in the 22 years in this business that has to have an RV. Without a doubt, it's a life or death situation. This is not a car. It's not a house. It's a toy. We know that. Why should we have to pressure you into buying something like other dealers do for something you don't have to have? This is something you're going to enjoy with your family. Having an RV is about life's free and stress-free lifestyle, why should buying one be any different? So we try to make it as easy as possible, and so many experienced RV buyers who bought and sold several RVs over the years constantly tell us it's the easiest used RV transaction they've ever done. It's right here at Parkway RV Center. Come on out and visit with us, folks. Come out, look at our inventory, meet our employees, tour our facilities. You know, we've been here a long time, folks. We're going to continue to be here a long time. And check us out. Come visit with us. And thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And look forward to seeing you here in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia.